This one comes from informedamerican.com. And the nanny state is getting stupider and stupider. The story here, Isaiah Elliott, a 12-year-old seventh grader at Grand Mountain School just south of Colorado Springs, attends school virtually like a lot of people. While on video, Isaiah moved an airsoft gun, a green and black pistol with an orange tip with the words "Zombie Hunter" on the side from one place of his couch to another. His teacher saw it come across the screen, told the principal, who then called the police, who then knocked on the door and came over there to investigate a potential student with a gun. Zach, this is some serious bullshit.
Oh, it's some serious bullshit. You know, you get teachers online. We did a story not too long ago about teachers bitching about their privacy. You know, what about the family's privacy, right? What was that story? Parents were getting in trouble because they were listening in on their kids' conversation because they didn't want to hear, like, teachers didn't want them to hear sensitive material or whatever. Like, what about the privacy of the kids' homes?
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean? There was this same exact thing happened to a lady at my church, and her son was on a virtual school call. He had a BB gun hanging up on the wall behind him. Like they're a big military family, you know, they're whatever, but he didn't touch it. He didn't move it or anything. It was just very inconspicuously up in the background with like all his other toys or whatever. Yeah. And same kind of thing happened. The principal told the police came to the house and all this other stuff. I mean, I don't think he got suspended. I'm not exactly sure, but still it was a giant issue in this area.
You know, who cares? You know, and you know exactly what it was, which is just, you know, the kid's bored at school listening to some stupid lecture, whatever, and it's just in his hand, and he just goes like this. You know, it doesn't like there's no indication he was doing anything in a threatening manner.
Yeah, like it's not. If he was pointing it at the screen and saying, "I'm going to kill you" or something like that might start to cross a line where we need to think about the behavior and what's this going to like, how is this going to grow with this kid as he gets older, you know what I mean? But
yeah, threatening himself, threatening others, you know, bullying, anything like that, threatening the teacher, obviously. The thing said "Zombie Hunter" on it. I mean, at what point is, you know, what I can do in my house, you know, your business?
Yeah, I think eventually what they're going to have to do is everyone's just going to have their kids have virtual backgrounds. I don't know what software these students are using. If they're using Zoom, everyone knows you can just do a virtual background. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of kids getting in trouble for what they pick as their virtual backgrounds.
Well, that'll be the next fight.
Yeah, that'll be the next fight. But you know, it does protect your privacy. I mean, I don't know if there's any rules about kids not being able to do that.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, maybe they say like, then we want to see if someone's looking over your shoulder and helping you, you know, do schoolwork or I don't know. You know, I don't know what's going to happen from that. But
that is a good point. I think cheating in the age of Zoom classes is probably going to go up.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's got to be bad. I had a friend of mine that was taking some test over Zoom not too long ago, maybe a few months ago. It was some kind of license. I want to say he sells insurance for his living. He had to take some kind of like test to qualify, but because it's COVID, he had to do it from home, and he had to have his computer up with his webcam at all times, and he had to hold it in the air and show his entire room to like the person on the other end to make sure he wasn't cheating. You know what I mean? Like before he got started, he had to like hold it up in the air, show like every aspect of where he was taking his test and things like that. I thought that was interesting.
So then you put the webcam back, then you're like, okay, you can come in now.
Yeah, exactly. Hold up my cue cards now. I did want to talk about some comments because people on the Informed American Facebook are riled up about this thing. So James Howlett says these liberals are fucking crazy. They don't want parents dropping in on their lessons. But if you have something that offends them, you're getting told on. Piece of shit.
Yep.
Randy Downey, suspended from school. Such bullshit. Besides that, he's doing his schoolwork over the damn computer at home. Which brings up a point, because when you get suspended for school, you have to go home and you can't go to school. But like, so is he just going to be at home from, you know, the same thing, but without the classwork? Okay. And this comment actually brings up an interesting point. David Thomas said, toy guns can be dangerous. Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old black kid, was killed by police for playing with a toy gun.
Oh, yeah, I remember that story. Yeah, he was out there in the neighborhood or whatever. Now, that one, I don't – did that one – go ahead.
This is a little different, though, because I don't know if you remember that story, but that toy gun that Tamir Rice had, that did not look like a toy gun. I just looked up pictures of it again, and that thing looked like a like pretty accurate replica,
Right.
you
That's
know,
that's
of
where I
like
was
a
headed.
real
Yeah.
gun. And
Yeah.
this, you know, and I mean, it's sad Tamir Rice had to get shot. And I don't think anyone's disputing that. But like when he has the gun in his waistband, pulling it out after people are already having 911 calls of him with the gun, you know, it's just I don't think you compare both of those stories.
And I haven't seen that video since it came out, but I could be mistaken here, but I thought he might have even pointed it at the cops too.
So I just kind of like went down a rabbit hole with that story after I saw this comment, because I you know wanted to be able to like talk about it intelligently, or at least as much as I can, because it was a while ago, right? We do forget the facts a lot of the times, and I remember that surveillance footage was so grainy and terrible. The only thing that you can really tell is you can see him kind of going in his waistband, right? And then you can see like it on the ground after the cops shoot him. So I think the big thing in the defense was like the gun wouldn't have been on the ground if he hadn't have pulled it out. So I think that's where the big argument came from, was that he had to have pulled it out for it to like fall on the ground like it did.
But either way, I mean, a terrible situation.
An awful situation, and it's sad regardless. I mean, I think people can I think everyone can agree anytime someone gets shot, it's a sad situation, you know what I mean? It's very unfortunate.
And particularly for a minor who's just being
just
being a stupid kid. You know, that's really what was going on there. Now thankfully I guess the cops didn't barge in and shoot everybody, so that's good. That's some good news there.
Yeah.
One other layer of bullshit I wanted to mention here is because on the idea of recording, is that the school was actually recording this class, because you know there was that fight there about parents being able to record. So the school's recording said neither parent knew the school. This is from the original Fox 31 story. Neither parent knew the school was recording their son's virtual class, but said the district refused to provide the video to them when they requested it.
See, that's bullshit. I agree that I think these should be recorded, just like I think cops should have body cams on, because it protects both parties in any event, right?
But you got to make it available.
Exactly. If both parties need to have access to said video, you know what I mean?
Unbelievable. I mean, what the heck? You know, the idea that they're not going to share it. Well, you know, because they give you some, well, it's a police matter now, or some bullshit excuse, you know?
Yeah.
Terrible job here by the school. Absolutely ridiculous. I find this, you know, and it is true. It is true. This isn't the same thing as Tamir Rice, but actually someone could have accidentally gotten hurt over something this stupid. That was a good comment. Thank you everybody for those great comments. Very, very insightful. And I'm glad you brought those up, Zach.